On the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Ronald Smith made claims about keeping his and Tiffany's kids in South Africa, and his idea is completely out of line. Things have gone from bad to worse when it comes to Ronald and Tiffany's marriage this season, and he's been criticized for being manipulative and inappropriate. It's unclear if his idea of keeping the kids is just talk or an actual plan, but such an arrangement would be devastating for his family. On the show, Ronald has been hosting his wife Tiffany, daughter Carly, and stepson Daniel at his home, and so far has been trying to convince Tiffany and the kids to stay with him in South Africa. However, after a massive blow-up, Ronald seems to be done with Tiffany, but not the kids. "I will fight. I will fight, believe me, I will fight," Ronald said on the show. "I know if Tiffany goes back now, I'm not gonna see my kids, and I will not allow that. I know it's not right to keep the kids from their mother, but unfortunately, the mother has forced me enough, and kept the kids away from me enough. Now it's my turn." Ronald's ideas about custody are seriously misguided, because should it come down to a fight, it would be a complex legal matter involving two different countries. Carly may be Ronald's biological daughter, but Daniel is not his biological son. It's great that Ronald cares so much about Daniel and loves him like his own child, however, in the eyes of the law he has no standing to custody over Daniel. The most Ronald could hope to accomplish would be getting custody of Carly and splitting the family apart. Even if he was the biological father of both children, it would still be a terrible idea to separate them from their mother and uproot their entire lives. Ronald would be taking Carly and Daniel away from everything they know, Tiffany, extended family, friends, school, and overall familiar environment, which would be devastating to any child. Ronald is outspoken about how much he loves his kids, but he continues to do things that are harmful to them in the long run, like when Ronald used Daniel to manipulate Tiffany. It's clear that there's a lot of bad blood between Ronald and Tiffany, but just because Ronald thinks Tiffany is a bad wife doesn't mean she's a bad mom. By attempting to take custody of the kids, Ronald is making Carly and Daniel suffer for his and Tiffany's issues. With the way the couple fights, Carly and Daniel might be more mature than their parents, and Ronald and Tiffany have gotten a lot of flack for dragging their kids into their marital problems. On this season of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, many fans think Ronald and Tiffany are hard to watch, primarily because of the way their kids often find themselves in the middle of the drama. Ronald is obviously passionate about being a good father, which is fantastic. However, it seems that he can't see the forest for the trees, and trying to secure custody of Carly and Daniel would do them serious emotional harm in the long run. If Ronald really wants to be a good dad, he should keep a level head and work with Tiffany to come up with a solution that puts the needs of the kids front and center.